It's not working. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Is that better? It's a joy to welcome everyone to the UU Fellowship of Harford County. Situated on the native lands of the Susquehannock people, I'm Laura Poligo, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm using my phone because I left my paper copy at home. So if you see me watching my phone, it's because I'm doing this and not ignoring the service. Leading the service with me today are Jen Blosser, our DFF, with the youth from our faith formation, and Cindy Curry. We gather each Sunday morning, online and on site, to share in life's meaning, grow in care and community, and open our hearts and minds to the sacred truth known by many names. We gather in community to restore the balance to our spirits, to celebrate the joys of life, and find strength to meet our sorrows. And in the earliest meaning of the word worship, to consider ideas that are worthy of our time and attention. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values diversity and embraces the wisdom of all faiths. We use science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's mystery and meaning. In this tradition, we know that people need not think alike to love alike. Whatever your heritage, however your history, and whomever you love, you are welcome here. Do we have any visitors with us this morning? Nobody wants to admit it, okay? If you're online, go ahead and unmute and introduce yourselves. You can also use the chat function to let us know that you're here if you're shy. Anybody? Guess not.
I'm not seeing
Okay. Our life together is full of wonderful activities and programs. Information on our Sunday morning faith formation program for children and youth is available at the welcome table in the lobby. And if you're looking for a meaningful way to share your talents, please consider signing up to volunteer to assist on Sunday mornings. There's a sign-up clipboard on the welcome table. I have several other announcements. I have announcements from Kim Roberts.
I just want to thank everybody who came and attended our auction last night. And whoop, there we go, it's gone. Who attended our auction, and especially those people who helped us with it, because we can't do this without all of you. So thank you so much. And I have good news to report. I think we made about $24,000. So after expenses, we should be at around $23,000. I can't believe it. And the most expensive soup ever known in the whole world was sold last night for $650. So that's hazel soup. It's really good, by the way. So next time you should bid on it.
And now we have one by Jen Blosser.
Good morning, beloveds. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that while we are in community this morning, celebrating those who are no longer with us, we are aware that sometimes this can be an emotional or heavy topic. And so down the end of the hall on the left, the chalice room is open. This is a quiet space where anyone is welcome to go if they just need to take a moment for themselves. Especially for our young folks, we require that parents or caregivers are present at all times to monitor young folks down there, please. And also, should anyone have some serious wiggles that they need to do for their body, and their body needs to make a bit more noise and move a bit more than our gathered space here, on the other side of the building, our nursery is open, and that is also open for all who might need to just get some wiggles out, okay? And the worship service is streamed in there, so don't worry, you won't miss anything. Thank you very much.
And now we have Marlene Lieb and Kathy Kraft.
Why is Marlene baking cookies in October and it's not even Potluck Sunday? The first person that can tell me why will bring these cookies home. Too many people, sorry. I think, Jasmine, did you say it? I did. You were the first one I heard. The holiday bazaar is right around the corner, folks, December 1st. We need lots of cookies. Last year, we were selling the pieces and crumbs at the end. So we need more cookies, at least 5 dozen each. We have sign-up sheets in the coffee room, and you'll see the Cookie Monster right next to the sign-up sheet. So put your name down and start baking. They freeze well. Jasmine, I'll get these to you. And now Kathy's going to do another reminder.
Just a quick one. Now that the auction is done and afar, it's time for the UUFHC Holiday Bazaar. A bazaar that's a holiday wonderland, making holiday shopping easy and grand. It's a one-stop shop for your holiday needs and your expectations it will exceed. We hope you will join us on the 1st and 2nd of December for a shopping experience you will forever remember. Bring your family and friends to come shop and spend. For the success of our fundraiser, this will depend. We need holiday decorations and cookies to sell. She wasn't kidding, we ran out. And other donations that will entice shoppers as well. So we hope you will join us and make this a stop and holiday shop until you drop. If you're able to help with this important event, there are lots of ways to fulfill this intent. Volunteer sign-up sheets, as Marlene said, are here today. Please consider helping in any way. Thank you.
After this morning's service, if you're on site, please stay for coffee, refreshments, and informal conversation. If you're a newcomer, you are especially encouraged to stay. For those participating online, Zoom will remain open so that you can socialize with others, although you will have to bring your own coffee. As always, thank you to everyone who helped put this service together, because they are phenomenal. Please enjoy our morning prelude entitled Blessing by Louis Collins.
May the eastern breezes bless you, lift your spirits, make them fly. May the southern sun shine on you, warm your heart and help you try. May the western waters cleanse you, washing all
Good morning. I'm Cindy Curry. It's really nice to see all of you here this morning for this special service. Did you see the leaves on the trees this week? They're changing into those vibrant colors of yellows and reds and deep purples. I love this time of year. And then they fall ever so gently to the ground. The trees remind us at this time of year that even in letting go, there is beauty. Welcome to this morning's Samhain service, and blessed be.
We are changing up the order of things this morning to have an uninterrupted, intentional, sacred space for our rituals. To that end, we will have our offering now. Each Sunday, we receive an offering to support the mission of this congregation. Here we care for one another, and we extend our love and care into the wider community through our actions for love and justice. Your contributions allow this congregation to reach out to all who seek a life-affirming message of love and hope. If you're online, click the link in the Zoom chat to make a contribution. If you're on site, you may place a donation in the basket, or you can use your device to find the link on uufhc.net, or if you have the app, there's a nice little box that says giving that I use because it's easier for me. Whatever method of giving you choose, your generosity helps to grow a healthier, more joyful UU community, and in keeping with our religious heritage, to draw the circle of love and justice just a little bit wider.
Let the ritual begin. We call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. So in, so in. We call upon our kin. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in. The sea of time to bring our loved ones in. So in, so in. We honor all our kin. We honor those who've gone before, and the great wheel turns again. Upon our kin, we call upon our sacred ancestors to come in. So in, so in. We call them to come in. We call upon our dear departed loved ones to come in.
Samhain is celebrated by Celts, witches, Wiccans, and many other types of modern pagans worldwide. It has its roots in Celtic traditions It occurs at this time of year as the last of the harvest is brought in and the days begin to turn darker. It is a time for reflection and to seek wisdom inside oneself. It is a time of transition. It's considered the beginning of the new year for pagans, and as such is a time of letting go of that which no longer serves you and inviting in new positive goals. Samhain is also the time of year when it is believed that the veil between us and those who have passed over is at its thinnest. It is customary to hold a dinner and to set a place at a table for lost loved ones with foods that they enjoyed and to confer with them during this time that they visit. We have created an altar up here for this purpose. This altar is filled with pictures and mementos and the bounty from the last of the harvest for this year. Before we begin, we must create a sacred circle to carry out these rituals. And then for this, I turn the service over to Jen Blosser, our Director of Faith Formation.
Good morning, friends of the forest. I'm always wondering if the mic is live or not. It is. We're good. Good morning, everyone. So, we will begin our time together in our sacred space by calling in the 4 cardinal directions, which is a practice which has been commonly done by human ancestors across the world to begin ritual and spiritual ceremonies. As we call each direction, you are invited to join in the movements as described as your body feels right. You are welcome to stand. You can remain in your seat. Turn your whole body, just your head, whatever is right for you to move and connect with the directions as we call them. And I'm going to invite anyone who would like to stretch and come up here so that I am not alone. That's not guilting you into it, but absolutely a few of you please come up here so that I am not alone to lead with me and help do these hand directions, okay? Come on, a few others. We're going to do this. This is sacred silliness together. You don't have to, wherever you want to be, just as long as I'm not the only one standing up here, you're golden, okay? Because I'm going to have one arm to do these directions with, but look at all these people who will be leading more dramatically, okay? Whoa, you have a compass. He came prepared. We are going to nail these directions, friends of the forest. All right, so we are going to begin calling the east, which is over where our fabulous tech crew are, all right? We call to the east, the element of air and movement. Lifting our arms upward slowly to the sky, we envision birds taking flight, rising on winds towards the heavens. Swaying our arms over our heads gracefully, we recall the breezes which so tenderly tug leaves from tree branches to fall scattered on the forest floor. Wrapping our arms around our shoulders and taking a deep breath, we feel comforted by the cool presence of air filling our lungs and giving us life. I invite you to extend your arms, palms upward, and repeat after me, welcome and well met, air of the east. And now if everyone will turn to the right, we will point towards the south. We call to the south, the element of fire and commitment, clenching our hands into tight fists, raising them over our heads. We recall the righteous anger of fire, the flames of justice and equity burning in our hearts. Extending our hands toward those around us as though to touch our fingertips together, we honor our connections to one another and this community, which light up our lives and illuminate our spiritual path. And bringing our hands to meet, crossed over our chests, we pay attention to the spark of electricity in our chests that pumps our blood and keeps us warm, the fire of our hearts. I invite you to extend your arms, palms upward, and repeat after me, welcome and well met, fire of the south. And turn with me again. And now to the west. We call to the west the element of water and renewal. Cupping our hands together and lifting them slowly to our face, we imagine the freshness of water to quench our thirst. This sacred life-sustaining element, allowing our hands to snake out from us and move in slow ripples, we celebrate the persistence of water to flow through the world, eroding rock and creating rivers from small streams. Placing our hands gently on our beautiful tummies, we are reminded that the bodies which carry us through each chapter of our lives are comprised mostly of water, renewing our lived experience as we flow in community. I invite you to extend your arms, palms upwards, and repeat after me, welcome and well met, water of the West. And turn once more with me to the north. We call to the north the element of earth and rest, stretching our fingers downwards, pushing them out as though they could extend and become roots. We imagine them tunneling deep through the soft, rich, nutritious dirt. Making two fists and bringing them to meet in front of us. Pushing them together slightly, we celebrate the tension of gravity, which keeps us grounded to the earth, our refuge in an otherwise cold and hostile galaxy. And crossing our arms over our chests, we relax into the knowledge that all living things which will one day die will become part of this life-sustaining earth. All one day return home. I invite you to extend your arms, palms upward, and repeat after me, welcome and well met, Earth of the North. Thank you, beloveds. Make yourselves comfortable. With our directions called and the elements summoned, we enter into a sacred space of worship together in the tradition of so many of our human ancestors from time immemorial. Welcome and well met all who are gathered with us this morning. Please, as you desire, stand, dance, and sing along for our opening hymn, The Earth, the Air, the Fire, and the Water, a very beautiful and special recording of this hymn. And the words are in your order of service.
Singing that was the Stonington Singers of Mystic Middle School.
Trying to find the chalice lighter. Thank you. In this season of change, as the nights ebb longer and the leaves let go, we gather to honor those who have transcended this world to be with the ancestors. We light this chalice one thing, my phone's. We light this chalice to welcome them to worship with us as we contemplate the blessings of Samhain.
Morning again, friends. So some of you, I will need to look at this so I can say her name properly. Some of you may know the story, The Invisible String by Patrice Karst. I told it once actually here long ago. It's this congregation where I first got to read the story, which was pretty cool. The story is about two kids who feel worried sometimes when they go to school or when they're away from their mother, and she explains to them that at all times there is an invisible string connecting her heart to their hearts. And whenever they feel worried or sad or lonely or anxious, they can tug on that invisible string and she'll feel it. Now, I thought about just telling that story and, doing this very straight picture book style, right? But instead, I'd like to invite us into a moment of thought, okay? So my invitation is for you to use whatever space in this sanctuary you need. Many of us are quite used to processing things in our seats and feeling things in our body in our seats, and that's totally fine. But if you are like me and need a little more va-va-voom room, feel free. We've got a whole big back space there, okay? But what we're going to do is, if you are comfortable, as you are comfortable, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath, and if you're comfortable, close your eyes. You do not have to be comfortable closing your eyes. If you would prefer, focus on the chalice and let your gaze soften a little bit as you look at our lovely chalice flame. And we're just going to take a moment to sit in what is the sound of this room. Wherever community is gathered, there will never be silence. So the sound, the quiet, the peace of this room. And I want you to imagine the strings in your heart, those invisible strings that connect your heart to everyone you love, to every living thing and sacred place you love. I have a big string that stretches across an entire ocean and connects me to a patch of mint that used to grow in my grandfather's garden. Where do your strings, those invisible connections, stretch to? And imagine those that stretch beyond this life. Imagine those strings that reach out to the people we love, to the pets we love, to the plants, the places we love that are no longer with us. Imagine the strings that have not even formed yet. Imagine the strings that will connect themselves to tender new lives, to wonderful new experiences. Picture this whole web weaving and twisting and dancing and flowing through all of us, around all of us, and how we are all connected. And now, put your hand on your chest, or reach out in front of you if you want. Give those strings a little tug. And really feel, imagine what that feels like when those people and places and things that we love get that little quiet, invisible reminder from us. I'm thinking of you. I'm honoring you. I'm holding you. I'm remembering you. I'm loving you. Because wherever we are all connected to each other with our invisible strings. And there is nothing in this world, or the next, or any other plane, dimension, universe, who knows, that can ever cut those ties. So take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel grounded here again. And as you are comfortable, take a look around you and think about the beautiful web of invisible strings just here in this room. Thank you, beloveds.
Thank you, Jen. As we are all hopefully focused now on our dearly departed loved ones, we ask at this time that you write your name or names on the insert in your order of service. You'll find a slip of paper or something like this. This ritual will be done in lieu of having any stones of sharing this morning.
So friends, can I have a youth volunteer? I need 2 youth volunteers real quick. Great, come on up. Anyone else? Yes, thank you, Connor. Okay, you take the pens, you take the paper. Raise your hand if you do not have a slip or if you need an extra slip, and will you two make sure, or if you need a pen, and will you make sure everyone has what that entire side needs stuff. We got a whole crew. All right. So friends of the forest, my beautiful darlings that we are gathered here with today, please write down the names of your beloveds who are no longer here with us in life, okay? Oh, you've got pencils too. We still need more on this side as well. Yeah, Connor has the paper. So how this is going to work, my friends, is we're all going to take a moment to write. We're going to listen to some music to think and remember and honor. And then we are going to read our names. In this loving community, we are not going to judge our readers for mispronouncing any names, because sometimes this happens. We are not going to fret, because I promise that our beloveds who are no longer with us care so much more that they are being remembered than whether or not we have perfectly pronounced their name, all right? So take a moment to write it all down. When our time has ended, I'm going to invite you to come forward and hand in your slips. After you have handed in your slip, you are welcome to come right over here. And we have our station to place a stone in our water bowl for all of the memories in your heart, the cares and joys you carry around. And we're just going to do that portion in silence while we honor the names that are being read. All right? So let us take a moment to write and remember. Thank you, beloveds. All right. Back now. Sorry. There we go. All right. So I'm going to stand right here up front, and we are going to come forward. Obviously, pace yourselves, beloveds, but we are all competent in this community and we can manage this. But come to me and give me your papers, and then come right over here, and you can place a stone in our bowl of water in memory of your loved ones or whatever is on your heart today in silence, and then you can return to your seats and help hold the sacredness of this time together and listen to our names being read. If I could have my youth volunteers come forward. Connor at that far mic. Be right here, make sure that's pointed where you're comfy. Wonderful. And after our youth have finished reading a page, we are going to gently ring a bell and just keep that going until all of our names have been heard.
Matilda, I miss you so and have so much anguish over your loss. Madge, whoever, and Warren, sorry, Willer Witt, Max Curry, and Roy Brown.
Kit Brown. Vivian, Joseph, Stella, Marshall, Betsy, Carla, Anna Ray, Deborah, Betty, Rachel, Warren, Adeline, Ralph, three baby miscarriages, George, Edna, Caroline, Jonathan. Jerry, Elth, George, Travis, Byron, Tim, David.
Jackie Gibbons, Lauren Arthur Wolin, Luis F. Wolin, Virginia Sanford Gibbons, Henry Gibbons III, Donald Kaczynski, Jill, Mom, Dad, Granddad, Uncle Al, Aunt Margaret, and Mark.
Barbara, Vallis, Kim, Landstein, Ron, Liebel, Rich and Colette Lieb, Fred and Anna Yackley, Mary McDermott, Fred Poligo, Betty Myers, Rufus, Kit Kat, Trixie, Alice, Richard Rua. Sally Parson, Jill Parson, Jane Parson, and Jack Parson. Matt Tucker. Dorothy May, Brenda B., Noel Manna, Who, Lane Burke, Jim Frey, George B., Leonardo, Viviana S., Wallace and Ida,
Uncle Donald, Uncle Stephen, Grandma Weber, Grandpa Weber, Norman Peter, Norman Pence, Carolyn Pence, Winifred Pence, Fluffy, Freckles, Buttons, Tuffy, Sebster, Wiggle, and Lily Bella. Our wonderful and loving parents, Eddie and Ellen. Dad, Jack, Mom, Oliver, Cody, Alex, Helen, Leo, Adele, Nilda, David, and baby Eddie.
Grandpa Jim, Grandma Judy, my cats Tigger, Hunter, Tracker, other animals Sage, Suntan, Blue Moon, Sunny Ray, Mama Pearl, Barnabas, Gouldy, the chicken, Sunny Ray,
Mom, Dad, Grandma, Virginia, and Grace, Pepper Ball, and Gracie. I am Gertrude, Dad, Chad, Glenda, Jim, Sage, Fenton, Keo, and Kiko. Francis and Leonard, Margaret, Francisco, your loved ones, Kathy, Charlie, Kit Kat, Kitty, Captain, Casey, and Colton.
Dad, Pop Pop, Nana, Duke, Sienna, Seraphino, and baby girl Monzo. Robert E. Slade Sr., Marion Morgan.
Alma, Sid, Ruth, Jack, Boo, Rich, Rocky, Kojak, Ginny, Mary Helen, Mary Jane, John, and Hazel. Polly, Ed, Virginia, Jean, Winston, Tim, Bob, Robert, Raleigh, Jerry, Lee, Hugh, Jane, Jackie, John, Edna, Nikki, Tom, Otis, Helen, Chimaya, Miss Dixie, Maroon, Marvin, Doozy, Maisie, and Dottie. Arrow, Richard, Lorraine, John, Nana, Starry, and Anita.
Kevin Skelly, Marty Brivspert, Papa, Greg, Betty,
Anna, Dominic, Mike, Elaine, Susan, Vince, Patty, Steve, Robert, and Jesse. Grant Jr., Chris, Rita, Grant, Fran, and Nick. Mom, Ben, and Charlie.
Anna Poppy, Dad Bill, Mom Genevieve, sister-in-law Sue, Catherine, Robert, Mary.
Thank you so much to our youth for reading these deeply important names of those we honor. And now I'm going to give the microphone to Wolf to include those names from our online friends.
Nita and Jeff Smith. Nanita Barkman, Margaret Denton, Frank and Emma Smith, Terry Jackson. Edward and Bruce, Elizabeth May, Betty Hotch, Jasmine, Jack, Cecil, and Ruby. Deborah Marie Ratcliffe, Zenobia Todd, Joseph Posey, Carrie Todd. Nancy Nelson, Sabrina, Ivory, Ollie, Irva, Bud, Susan, Beth, Lonnie Whitehead, Deanna Rose Clark, Janet Beal, William Beal, Marjorie Wood, Matt, Brian Vetter, Paul, and Juanita Seidler. And I believe one more, Joanne.
Beloveds, it was so many names. And that means that there is so much love and so very many invisible strings. Thank you for creating a sacred space where we could remember and honor them all here together this morning. And now, beloveds, we are going to carry our sacred space outside if you so desire. We are going to leave through these doors. You are invited to grab a flower on your way, and we are going to visit our memorial garden and lay flowers in our memorial garden. Those of you who are online or who are going to remain in this space, that's totally fine, because I am going to take video while we're out there. So if the tech team will spotlight Jen Blosser, I think I'm joined as, which currently is just a very silly picture of a cartoon image of me. I will turn my camera on when I go outside, and that way we can bring our online attendees along with, or anyone who would be more comfortable remaining in this space. All right, so Cindy and Laura, if you will lead us. And beloveds, please grab a flower on your way out to lay in our memorial garden.
Trying to post the stand. Did you have a few words to share?
Now I can do one of two things. Either I can just send an updated form to John Phyllis and say, so sorry, our plan.
Laura's got the water. Beloveds, we are on sacred ground. This memorial garden is where we preserve the names of some of our fellowship's ancestors, those whose shoulders we stand upon when we gather to do the work of being faithful to each other in this community, within our congregation and without. The names you see here are some of our beloveds who have contributed to the heritage heritage, and history of this fellowship, who have lived their lives in service to the greater love of Unitarian Universalism while honoring their own spiritual journeys. It is right for us to lay flowers here and to honor them, to remember them, even if we never had a chance to meet them in life. It is right for us to read their names and know that they are part of our interconnected web of death as much as in life. Because we are all always connected with our invisible string, bound up in each other's liberation, we are all part of the same ongoing story, each contributing to a different chapter. As you read the names of these beloveds that you see on the posts placed around, upon whose shoulders we stand, I invite you to contemplate that you too will one day be an ancestor. I invite you to contemplate being shoulder ready, living your life such that those who come after you will be empowered when standing on your shoulders. Before we return inside to open our circle and end our worship together this morning, let us bless this sacred space with our community water from our water communion. So just may this water, gathered with love and purpose by those of us who are living in community now, bless the memories of those who have moved on from this life into the great mystery of what comes next. Your memories, your stories, and your legacies are a blessing to us, and for this, we are grateful. It is our prayer that our own lives will be remembered with honor and gratitude as we now remember yours. Blessed be, Aseh, and Amen. So as Laura finishes sprinkling our communal water, let us now return and open our circle inside. So let's return to the sanctuary and we will open our circle and finish the service.
Thank you all. Oh, hold on. Okay. Thank you all for taking time this morning to hold so much space for those who are with us in our hearts and our memory, if not embodied around us. And so now we are going to open our circle and send forth with gratitude our 4 directions and close this morning's service with the beautiful, beautiful song called Ancient Mother. So please move with me. We're going to start that away in the north. Yes. I don't have my partner with his compass by me. All right. We cross our hands over our hearts and look to the north element of earth, that grounding presence which holds us steady and provides us shelter as we hurtle through the vastness of space. Slowly extending our arms outward, I invite you to repeat after me. In gratitude, we release you. Merry mate, merry part, and merry meet again. All right, and if we will turn to the west. We're going left now. Turning to the west, we now cross our hands over our hearts and look to the west element of water, that life-giving energy which flows through our bodies and sustains us as we navigate the joys and sorrows of life. Slowly extending our arms outwards, I invite you to repeat after me. In gratitude, we release you. Merry met, merry part, and merry meet again. And turn once more to the south. Crossing our hands over our hearts and looking to the south element of fire, that passionate sense of commitment to justice we feel when we stand upon our ancestors' shoulders, that drive to be shoulder ready, such that future generations will be able to stand on our own shoulders. Extending our arms outwards, I invite you to repeat after me. In gratitude, we release you. Merry met, merry part, and merry meet again. And finally, we turn once more, cross our hands over our hearts, and look to the east element of air, that ever-changing presence which carries us onward through life, sometimes gently and sometimes in a gale, always giving us opportunities to spread our wings and grow. Extending our arms outwards, I invite you to repeat after me. In gratitude, we release you. Merry met, merry part, and merry meet again. Thank you, beloveds, for sharing in this sacred circle of ritual with us this morning. Our circle is now open but unbroken as we carry the magic we made here together always in our hearts. And now, please join as you are able in our closing song, Teal Hymnal 1069, Ancient Mother.
Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I I taste your tears.
For joining us for this morning's service. Please join us for fellowship and coffee.